our new coach kickoff call. So I just wanted to welcome you all to the call tonight and welcome you all to our team officially. So it's just so exciting to welcome you guys over to our team. And we are delighted to have you here. We actually, Lindsay and Jerry and I'm trying to share my screen. I'm sorry, this thing is in the way. I hate this thing. Lindsay, Jerry, and Becky and I, your sponsor coaches, we were just kind of chatting earlier today, and we're like, this group rocks. Like, they are so awesome, and we are just so enthusiastic and excited to welcome you ladies to our team, and we just cannot wait to get started with you all. So tonight's kickoff call is just to kind of get us all together and kind of show you the ins and outs of what you can expect for coach training and answer any questions that you might have along the way. So we're going to kind of get into the nitty gritty tonight. You know, hopefully you've all talked with your sponsor coach and you're ready to, you know, you talked to them about your goals and things like that. So tonight's more informational and more training based, just some kind of housekeeping items, honestly, for you ladies to keep in mind. So if you have any questions along the way, feel free to chat them in the chat bar. I can't really see them when I'm talking, but I will definitely address them when I can. I'm not going to be the only one talking. The other coaches are also going to hop in and share some of their tips and things with you tonight. So let's get to it. Our agenda tonight, I'm going to show you what your back office looks like. So your Beachbody coaching office, it's just your website, or not your website, but it's essentially, we talked about in our sneak peek group, it's where you keep all your customers organized, and it's your go-to source for news and training and just to see your customer orders and things like that. So that's provided for you as a coach through Beachbody, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. We'll just cover some coach training expectations and also talk about what Success Club is. It's a really exciting incentive for you as a new coach. And also those Big Vital behaviors, which you're already starting to do when you're reading that personal development and getting started with your connections this week and talking to people. So you're going to find that you're already doing a lot of this stuff. So you're kind of 3 steps ahead of the game. So that's amazing. Okay, so your Coach Online office. This is just your home base for your business, honestly. There's a training. I'm going to show you all this. We're going to go through where to find a training tab, where to find some product training guides, and most importantly, I think one of the most important things is you will eventually be making some money in this business as you reach success, which I think is always a fantastic way to reward yourself for your hard work that you do put in. So we want to make sure right away that your direct deposit is signed up. You're going to want direct deposit because if you wait for a check from Beachbody, a physical check, it's going to take up to a month for you to receive that. Direct deposit, any sales you made the week before, they're going to go. So like any challenge packs or, programs or anything I sold last week, I'm going to get paid for this Thursday, if that makes sense. So, you get paid like the following week. So any sales this week, I'll get paid for the following week, but waiting 1 week is a whole lot better than waiting a month. So we'll talk about it's really, really simple how you can set up your direct deposit. These are just some screenshots, honestly, of the back office. In the past, I've gone through and I've showed you my screen and all this stuff, but it just takes a lot of time. And I'm trying to, value your time. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you these key slides here, and then I'm going to create a photo album in the training group. And you can go back and refer to these and do this step-by-step with these slides. So just do this step-by-step with the slides, and then you are able then to go back on your own. And I also have a video that walks you through the steps as well. So I'm going to post these photo slides. Hopefully that'll be helpful. And then in the comment section of the photo album, I will give you a link to the videos that will help you do this too. And I think that's a lot simpler. And then you can do it right alongside of these photos and on your own time when you're working your business this week. So how do you find your Coach Online office? This is if you go to www.teambeachbody.com, this is what your home screen looks like for anybody. And all you do is click Coach and Coach Online Office, and you log in. You just use your Beachbody email and password that you used to buy your challenge pack originally, and you're set to go. And you'll be all logged in. And when you go to that Coach Online Office tab, then this is what you'll see really. This is what the home screen looks like. And I just wanted to go back because it was like hiding it before. So this is what your Coach Online Office will look like when you get in there. And on the left side is some really important information. The first thing is your Coach ID. You're going to want to memorize this. This is almost like your social security number of Beachbody. So it identifies who you are as a coach. You will need it to generate links that go right to your website when you want to sign people up. So you have to know this Coach ID when you are starting out as a coach. So you can write it down, keep it handy in your planner or somewhere where you can access it easily if you're not able to get onto your online office right away. Also on the side here, you will see your upline sponsor coach's name and contact information. So if you're one of my coaches here, you'd see my name and my phone number and my email, how you can contact me. You'll also see my upline diamond coach. You might see a few different names there depending on who you're here with. And then my upline star diamond coach. So these are it's kind of like your family tree of Beachbody, honestly. It's like your mom is your upline coach, your grandma, and then like your great grandma, kind of. Like if we're all here, of course your mom and your grandma and your great grandma all love you and want to support you and give you all the tools you need to be successful. And that is no different here in our Beachbody family. So use your upline sponsors as your just as your resources and your support always. And don't ever hesitate to reach out. Hi, Lindsay. I was gonna like text you SOS. Where are you?
Literally getting my internet. I don't know what was going on with it.
Okay, no worries. Deep breath. We're just going over these slides. I was telling them, Lindsay, I'm gonna, rather than take all the time to like navigate through my online office, I'm gonna use these images I'm showing right now, create a photo album, and then I actually found a really awesome video for the ladies that it's a step-by-step video of how to set up their direct deposit and like all their stuff and news training. So those will just be in the comments of the photo album. So that's just to catch up. All right. And we were just talking about little family tree, like your upline, your star, your diamond upline, Then we'll talk about Success Club here in a minute, and you'll understand what all this kind of means in the middle. Over here on the left is your source of Beachbody breaking news. So when corporate comes out with new programs or information they want to share with their coaches, they put out these, it's kind of like a news story, honestly, and you could just click on it and you can learn about things and news and events going on in the entire Beachbody Network world. And as your upline coach, I always, and in our team pages and things like that, after you're done with training, we always keep you up to date as best we can. But it's great to be your own resource too, and to keep up with those things in your back office when you can. So that is really helpful. I think I skipped this one. Oh yeah, this is important, what we were talking about before, setting up your direct deposit. So our weeks in Beachbody run Thursday to Wednesday evening, and payday is every single Thursday, which is amazing. Yeah, Lindsay, you missed like our celebration for getting paid a minute ago. All you have to do is go down here to set up your online deposit or your direct deposit. Is just click on this My EFT Management all the way at the bottom, and you just put in your banking information. It literally takes like 2 minutes. It's so quick and easy, and you definitely want that. Like I said, if you get a physical check, it's going to take a month to get. You want this direct deposit in there for sure. And just so you know, if it just says here, if you make a sale on Tuesday, it's going to show up in your commission section 2 days later on Thursday. So anything if I sold a challenge pack today, I'm not going to see that commission show up until Thursday. And when Thursdays roll around, if you want to know what your commissions were, it's pointing right to here. In the same down tab, you hit My Business and My Commissions, and it will show you on Thursday morning how much you've made in the past working week. And like I said before, just keep in mind though that commission you see on Thursday, you're going to see in your bank account the following Thursday. So it's 1 week delay. I hope that makes sense to everybody. I think that's kind of how working works. You usually see a delay in your pay if you work in, an hourly job or something like that. So that's super, super simple. And remember, I'm posting all these images, so for you to go back to and use for you to know and see. We had this slide. Okay, beyond our coach training, which is I want you to focus in on, that's your home base. We're going to seriously teach you anything you need to know. And a lot of this training on your online office is going to be repetition. But honestly, repetition and seeing things over and over and seeing them presented in a little bit of different way is the key. I learned this phrase as a teacher, learning to be a teacher. Repetition is the key to learning. So repetition, learning it, hearing it, seeing it over and over and over in different sorts of ways until it clicks is key. So there is this amazing coach training program brought to you by Beachbody too. And all you need to do there is go over to the News and Training tab and click Coach Training Academy, and there you will find the coach training. And when you get in there, you're going to want to get started with the new coach training, and that is where you will begin. So getting started in new coach training is your two trainings that you will want to check out in your office. And I could actually maybe show you guys that at the end of the call, because I would like to, I think, show you that screen maybe. Maybe while someone else is talking, I can pull that up on my computer. Then you'll also want to look into editing your Beachbody profile. And this is really simple. And down the road, you're not going to really need it right away, but you're going to want this later on, because we're going to talk in a little bit about Success Club and its perks. And you want to be able to qualify for Success Club leads, and we'll talk about that perk. And in order to qualify for that, you need your Beachbody team profile up to date with your picture and your measurements. And I don't remember, I think is there 3 things you have to have? It's your before and after photos, your measurement, or your photo, and
your bio. Just
your bio.
Yeah. Just
and guys, if you look at mine, it's seriously like the worst picture ever. It's nothing fancy. My bio is like 2 lines. Like it's just a logistical thing. It's a Beachbody, like they command that you do this, but you don't really. We do all of our work through Facebook or through a social media platform. We're not really using this site for, maybe what it was intended for. So don't overthink it. It's real. Just make it super simple. You just go in there, you put in your profile picture, your bio, and your measurements, right? Did I just say it? I'm like, yeah.
It's the profile picture, before and afters, and your bio. There's no measurement.
Before and after is profile picture and your bio.
Yeah.
So you need those 3 things, and that's it. And all you do here is you'll be logged in again. You go to the arrow next to, you'll go in here and you can click edit profile, and you'll be able to do that. Okay? So like I said, lots of info on the things you need to do on the website, but I'll be posting these photos and videos too. So I know some people are very visual. Some people love videos. I'm a video girl, so I'll post anything I can to help you ladies really get this figured out. And it's just one of those housekeeping things that we have to get out of the way as you start this week. Now, moving into your coach training expectations. So what are the next 3 weeks going to look like? We posted our little syllabus, what we're going to be doing each week, just so you have a little heads up about what's to come. And really, guys, what you need to do is just check into your training every single day. My biggest piece of advice, and what I wish I would have done as a new coach, is just keep up with the posts daily. Because what would happen to me is I would, like read them and do the assignments like hardcore some days, and then I would forget, or I just wouldn't come check in, and then I'd be a day behind, and then I got a little overwhelmed. And that's just, if you just come every day and show up for, a few minutes to read through the posts and see the videos and do your assignment that we asked you to that day, and you keep up with it along the way, it's just so very much simpler and so much less stressful, and you'll be able to keep up with things really well. And then going with that, we gave you that business tracker that you're going to use every day as well. So just make sure you're getting that filled out. That's going to really help you track who you're speaking with, who you're inviting as we go along, and to keep you accountable for your daily workouts and your shake and your all that. We're going to talk in a few minutes about how our vital behaviors are essential to our business, and being proof that the product works, aka you doing your workouts, drinking Shakeology, and your personal development are huge parts of this business, and something that you cannot set aside as you're starting to help others. You need to lead by example, and you need to, you need to work on yourself before you can help others every single day, and that's how you do so through your nutrition and Shakeology, your fitness, and your personal development. And we'll talk more about that. I don't want to steal Jerry's show for later. Also, use the group to ask questions, but here's a rule of thumb. You need to empower yourself. Okay, we are here to be your upline sponsor coaches, but we want you to be students, and we want you to learn. And the best way to learn is to go and seek information on your own. I know it's scary, but guys, Google has everything. If you have a question about Beachbody, if you're like, how do I set up my coach online office? You could Google that. Literally, you don't even need the video that I'm going to post for you. You could Google it, and 500 YouTube videos are going to pop up from coaches. And you can watch them, and you could set up your online office all by yourself. Or YouTube it. YouTube and Google are wonderful resources if you need them. So after you've tried to figure it out on your own, you've gone maybe to your online office, you've looked at the Beachbody FAQs, which are essential and awesome too. They're at the bottom of your screen on your online office. You click FAQ. You can search in anything you want. So if you've FAQ'd and you Googled and you still can't find it, then hop to our team second, okay? Hop onto our training group and post the question in the group, because you know what happens? If you have the question, I bet another new coach has the question too. And then what do? You get your question answered, and they do too, which is amazing. And, you're much more likely to, when we, Jerry, Lindsay, and I, we work all day, and we can't always get to your questions right away, whether it be via text to us or messenger. We can't always answer right away. So, but the chances of you getting an answer back from one of us during the day is a lot better than just messaging your sponsor coach. So, ask in the group first. You're probably going to get a quicker answer, and you're going to help everybody else there too. And third, we are here as your upline coach, and we do want to help you. So if you really have a really good question that you can't find an answer to somewhere else, reach out to us. We are here. I never want you to think I don't want you to message me or text me or call me if you need something. That's not what I mean at all. But I do want you to feel empowered, and I do want you to kind of start taking on the reins and looking forward to running your own business here in the very near future. And just always be a student. Come and show up and be ready to absorb and learn that information every day. Okay? Does anyone have any questions before I turn the floor over to Miss Lindsay? I believe Lindsay's next. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, Lindsay, take it away then.
All right. Sorry again, guys, for being late. I tried to connect to my internet forever, and I was about in tears. Glad I'm here because I'm so excited to see all of your faces, and it's great participation for the call. I'm going to talk about something that is my favorite part, and that is Success Club. So Success Club, in a nutshell, means that you have set out to help at least 3 people per month. So that is the goal I'd like for you to set. I'd like you to set the goal to at least have 3 people in your first challenge group. And right in there, you're going to be hitting Success Club in the first month of coaching. So Success Club's a monthly reward program that is set up by Beachbody. And there's always a prize, which is amazing. Sometimes it's tactile prizes like tank tops, or this month it's a Beachbody yoga mat. Sometimes it's like the Shakeology canister. If you saw some of us posting about that last month, we got Shakeology canister with 3 packets of Shakeology in it. Sometimes it's a webinar with one of the top personal development, or one of the CEO or something of Beachbody. It's always something that is highly motivating, and I love to get rewarded. So each time that you sign up a new challenger with a challenge pack, you're getting 2 Success Club points. So like I said, if you sign up 3 people per month, there's 6 right there. There's 2 benchmarks. So there's Success Club 5 and there's Success Club 10. And they come with different things. The prize that Beachbody sets up per month, when you hit Success Club 5, you get the prize. There's no additional prize for Success Club 10, but there are perks, which are also pretty awesome. So with Success Club 5, you're going to get the prize, and you're going to qualify for something called leads. And these are people that have just gone to teambeachbody.com and they need a coach. So this is the person that they're going to be assigned to you as your coach. This is a complete stranger, completely random how they pick you as their coach. When you have Success Club 5, you get leads that have signed up for a free Beachbody account. So you might be helping them start their journey from the very beginning. You might help them pick a program. You might direct them towards Beachbody On Demand to try it out for their 30-day trial. You are going to help them from the get-go. Success Club 10 comes with paid leads. And paid leads mean these are people that have come to Beachbody and have already purchased something. So you are making that 25% commission right off the bat. You reach out to them. You offer your help. They don't always write back. I'll give you that little clue from the get-go. It's disappointing. They don't take advantage of us that often, but at least you have that outlet. You can help them if they choose to have you help them. But you get that commission, which is awesome. You know, a lot of times I would just say like it's a Shakeology purchase, so you're making about $35 off of that without doing anything at all. And there's also a chance of getting one of those per week in your next following month as being a coach. So it's definitely beneficial to reach for the stars with Success Club 10. That's definitely something I make a non-negotiable every month. I set out to help 5 people per month, and I just work until I get there because that's my goal. My goal is to help as many as people as possible. So that is just something to think about how you would like to do. And also, if you have somebody sign up for a Shakeology HD order, that's 1 point. So it has to be HD. It can't just be a one-time purchase. But if they sign up for that, it's 1 point. So Success Club's the bomb. Make it your goal. Make it your motivation every single month. I'm good. Okay. So Success Club and Emerald Coaching kind of go hand in hand, which is pretty cool. A lot of you, when you signed up with us, you signed up as a discount coach. So when your first rank to hit is Emerald, and that simply means that you have 2 challengers signed up, and they each signed up as a discount coach. We will talk you through how easy it is to sign them up as a discount coach from the get-go. I believe, Danny, you are one of my people that I had signed up as a discount coach from the get-go. They're getting their 25% off their Shakeology immediately. And you can also cancel that out at any time. There is no obligation for them to maintain being a discount coach. But the cool thing is it gets you to Emerald ASAP. So you have your first 2 people sign up as discount coaches in your challenge group. You are already an Emerald coach. You have already moved up in rank, which is pretty awesome. So, you know, some things we sometimes think about, you can just have them be discount coaches with no intention to coach at all. Obviously, we hope that they are awesome in their challenge groups and they turn into coaches, but that's not a stipulation. You can sign your spouse up or your boyfriend up, whoever you would like to up with a challenge pack if you maybe want to try another program. That's another choice. We'll talk to you about how to explain it. I mean, we have scripts already made, what we say to each person as they're ordering to just make it a really smooth process. Because honestly, you are just giving them a service to get their discount in the future, and they have no obligation. They can cancel all of it out if they don't want their Shakeology to renew. So we're going to talk a lot about being an Emerald coach and what it means in our group. It's really important, and it sets you up for some really cool stuff like cycle bonuses, but we will go into that in detail more in our group because it's a little loaded when it comes to information. So,
Lindsay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you hit a status, whether it be Emerald or Diamond or whatever it is, are you there for life?
No.
For the year, for the month? How does that work?
You are there for as long as you have those people underneath you. So say you needed to have a person on your right side and your left side as an Emerald coach. If someone dropped off of your left side, you would drop rank. But the key is you're constantly adding to your network and your challenge groups. So it definitely leverages out. You keep adding. Sometimes people drop off. We can't help that, but for the most part, you're adding people. So that if you have yourself organized, that's not really something that's going to happen for you. And I always help you too. I keep an eye on it for quite a while to make sure that you have yourself grounded and you have yourself stable as your rank too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have questions about Success Club or the Emerald rank?
The other thing too, if your goal is Success Club, then you're gonna be naturally helping 3 to 5 people a month, and you're gonna get 3 to 5 people more underneath of you so that you can maintain those ranks. So you can maintain your Emerald rank and be a really solid Emerald, and then quickly start looking towards Diamond, because Diamond means you have 4 people on each leg and some working coaches underneath of you. So, I mean, honestly, like if your goal is Success Club, Emerald's gonna be naturally happening for you, and you're gonna naturally be maintaining that rate too. So hopefully that kind of gives you something to think about too.
Some of these pictures, so like back on slide 10, the Success Club, like the 1, 2, 5, and 10. I know that Lindsay walked through them, but some of the font's really small. I know that you'll post this later, but can you also post some of these pictures as like files so we can see the small?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll post these all, because I know when you put in a PowerPoint, you have to like make it small. Yeah, I will absolutely. I'll just create a whole album of the images you see tonight. That would help. Yeah? All right, cool. Okay, I believe now, do we have any other questions before I move on about Emerald or Success Club? There's a lot of info, so, this is the time to ask if you have any questions at all about Emerald or Success Club. Feel free to unmute yourself, throw it in the chat bar.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah, Lauren.
So when I ordered my Shakeology, like way back when, home direct, it was at the end of the month. It was like the 27th or something. Mm-hmm. Is it like inconvenient in any way for that to be so at the end of the month rather than like in the beginning of the month? Just
like
because
for your personal order, you want to change it?
I don't necessarily want to change it. I'm just wondering if there's an inconvenience in having it so late in the month. So like, it might not say I'd be at Success Club.
And you're right. Okay, so like if you go back to your online office screen, it's going to tell you what you need to qualify for Success Club. And what you need is your Success Club points.
Yeah.
You see here, this person has 12 points. So it says, yes, she's qualified. She's achieved that qualification. So you need your 90 PV a month. So she's and that's up here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter as long as you're getting it monthly. Like
exactly.
It doesn't matter. Like it will ring through as soon as your order ships out. So it could be the 1st or the 31st of the month, as long as it's staying on home direct. You're gonna eventually see achieved yes.
Yeah,
kind of like you too, though. I was like an end of the month girl, and I hated
Yeah.
go there for the entire month. And I actually did eventually end up switching it to the beginning of the month because I actually needed it the one month and I needed to change it. But when I did change it, I'm like, this is going to be on the 5th. So when I hit Success Club, like I always make it my goal to hit it by the Success Club by the 10th. So I'm like, then I will have them both by the end of the month and I will look like an all-star every time I walk in. That's just me. That's my personality. Awesome. I like to be like, every time.
But you just don't have to. But
you don't have to at all. You know, you're fine. Even on the 27th, it's not like gonna, you know, screw you over anything. You know, you'll be fine. It will go through. And if there's ever a problem, we can always call in coach relations or something. Something will go on. But you just keep an eye on it. Yeah. So good question. Anybody else? Okay. I'm going to go ahead then, and I believe Jerry, right, is going to talk about the Power 4, our 4 vital behaviors in Beachbody. Jerry?
Yes. And forgive me because I actually wrote notes because my day's been about as crazy as yours.
No, we all need notes some days.
So you have 4 vital behaviors: invite, personal development, product of the product, and recognition. And when you break them down, inviting. Okay, so this one is definitely key to producing those challengers every month. You're going to want to keep inviting to what you have to offer. If you're not actually reaching out and inviting to people, how are they going to know what you have to offer? Not everybody is seeing those posts that you have on Facebook, honestly. They're not going to see, let's say you have an all call and you put it out there that, hey, come join me in my next challenge group. They might not actually see that day. Not everybody's on Facebook at the exact same times all the time. So inviting is definitely key and vital to bringing in those new challengers. And I recommend inviting 3 to 5 people a day. As you guys are starting, obviously you're going to be making more connections right now than you are throwing an invite out there, which is perfectly fine. But that is what I do. I try to keep it between 3 to 5 people every day. And it accumulates over time, and you're going to start with follow-ups after you're inviting. So, and we're going to dive into that obviously a little bit more in the training, but inviting is key, vital. Next is personal development. Okay, so when I started coaching, this is an awesome example. I was like, I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. I'm not going to do that. I don't need personal development. And then I started to maybe falter a little bit in my own mind, and that's when I really reached out to personal development, and it has been key, honestly, in my success in my business and along my journey. And it's not necessarily always about personal development as far as building self-confidence and maybe where you're lacking emotionally, anything like that. It can be any kind of literally personal development. I mean, I go back and listen to old team calls a lot. I try to build my knowledge that I have in the business. I mean, any of that you can be your personal development. So don't think that you have to sit down and read a book for 10 minutes or a half hour or whatever. You don't necessarily have to do that. There's a million options out there. I listen to podcasts a lot. That's helpful for me because I have a commute to work. So I'll pop on a podcast and I can get my personal development in while I'm driving to work. It doesn't have to be this cumbersome problem, daunting task that has to be out there. It really doesn't. And it's definitely key as far as staying motivated and feeling great. I mean, you really do need it. Whether you think you do or not, you do, trust me. Product of the product. This one is huge. And for me, I actually had a back injury, like literally a month and a half into my coaching journey. And I struggled hardcore with not being able to work out. It was a big problem for me. And that's where I reached back to my personal development. But being a product of the product is huge. You need to drink your Shakeology every day. You need to do your workouts every day. You have to be able to be that person that they can look up to. You're not going to sit there and encourage them to drop the weight that they want to drop or to build that confidence that they need to build and then not actually be doing it yourself. You can't do that. You cannot be a hypocrite in this business. You just can't. So obviously, and Lisa touched on that awesome earlier, product of the product is definitely huge. And then lastly is recognition as the fourth. And this is actually a new one that's been added since I started my coaching journey. But I think it's just as important as the others, because when you have challengers in your group and they are doing amazing things, they deserve the recognition for their hard work. There's no reason why you can't shout them out and say, hey, great job posting this week. I'm so proud of, X, Y, and Z. And then as you guys start building up your coaches that are underneath you in the future, you're going to want to shout them out too. They're doing an amazing job along their journey as coaches right alongside of you. You want that recognition. You as a challenger, I'm sure, felt great if you were, talked to in such a high way. And you're doing a great job. Why not be recognized for it? And then in turn, when you're the one that's doing the recognizing of the people, it feels great too. I love to be able to shout out somebody when they're doing an awesome job. I mean, how great is that? You're making somebody else feel better, and in turn, you feel awesome too. So I think that's a great fourth vital behavior that was added. You guys, can you think of anything else to add to those? I kind of breezed right through them. Sorry.
I just love how everyone, you're like, this is huge. This is huge. This is huge. 'Cause they all are. They're like so equally huge and important. And that's why they're four, and they're all vital to success. And if you find a way to, make sure that they are done every single, recognition you might not do, every single day, but if you incorporate these in your business in some way, and honestly, recognition you can do every day. You can send a challenger even a personal message and be like, hey, way to post that Shakeology picture this morning. Like, you go, girl, keep it up. Like, you're having a great week. Like, you're off to a great start this week. Like, it doesn't have to be a public recognition either. You can recognize every single day somehow. So you're right, Jerry. These are all huge to our business. And that's all I wanted to say. I just thought, I was just listening to you, but you're like, huge. This one's huge. And this one too. This is like funny.
Got Donald Trump over here.
What's that?
Got Donald Trump over here.
Yeah, really.
Huge.
Yeah. All right. Now, our final coach tonight is Miss Becky, and she is going to talk about something coming up soon in coach training. And it's kind of like your, hey, I'm a coach post that you're going to post on your social media, because you got to let everybody know what awesomeness you're doing. And it takes a little bit of a step outside your comfort zone. And, it's definitely kind of hairy and scary, but believe me, it's worth it, guys. You will be amazed at how many people are touched by, just your progress personally, and are going to be really interested in what you're up to. So Becky, take it away.
Hey guys, can you all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, last time it wouldn't work, so I was like, what if they can't hear me? So I'm going to introduce myself really quick because I actually got on here late, but my name's Becky, and I've been a coach since, I think, May, so just right before summer, which is awesome. But I'm going to try to make this quick because I could probably talk about posts like this all the time because I make them all the time. But the big thing, before I forget, look at the likes. I know it's kind of small, but look at the likes on the pictures. It's okay if you don't get that many likes when you make this. Can you stop? My boyfriend's using the water and he's being loud. Sorry. But so it's okay if you don't get that many likes, because that doesn't mean people aren't seeing it. Now, when I make my workout posts, sometimes only 3 or 4 people like it, but everyone's seeing it. Well, not everyone. So when you come out, if you're wanting everyone to come flocking towards you, it might not happen automatically. I have gotten better with my posts since I first started. When I first made them, they were so long, and I don't think half the people who liked it read it. So you have to kind of build that credibility, and step one is saying that you are a coach. So, but something to really grab people's attention is the pictures. So the picture you all see here, that's just a before and after picture, same outfit. I took that just for fun to see how far I've come. And then I was like, wait, I should post this. And that's what attracts people, because they know you're the product of the product, that it works. So that's why those vital behaviors are so necessary. But so when you decide to make your post, it would be a good idea to let your post in the group. Let us read it. Post your picture. Let us give you advice. For this one, I didn't do much with it. I just said before and after. You don't have to do that much because the picture does the talking, but you can spice it up a little, put like a little star in the corner, make it pop so people look at your stuff when they're scrolling through their Facebook. But more importantly, what are you going to say in your post? And that's kind of intimidating because you're like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Join my group. It's fun. Like, you have to really build up that credibility, like I said. So when you share, really share who you are, because that will attract people. As far as when you are explaining why you became a coach, what Beachbody has done for you, you drink your Shakeology, you do your workouts, like people's minds are blown when they hear that you say that you do 30-minute workouts. They're like, wait, how have you lost weight? How have you gotten this in shape because you do 30-minute workouts? It will shock people because most people think you have to go to the gym for an hour to an hour and a half, like every day. So make sure you say the things like that. You can even add in there, I do all the time, saying like, oh yeah, by the way, I eat carbs, because people think you don't eat carbs as a Beachbody coach. So, or doing Beachbody programs, they think that when you diet. So if you just kind of throw those things out there, people are like, huh, she eats bread. Maybe I can do this. Or those are really fast workouts. I can make that happen in my life because I'm a stay-at-home mom. Or I'm a stay-at-home mom with like 4 kids, or whatever the case is. So when you're crafting your posts, really dive into who you are. It's scary. Like, I was terrified when I first made my post. I did not put Facebook down because I was like, who's liking it? Who wants to join? And I'm not going to lie, the first couple of months when I was doing these, for in a way like all call posts, that's pretty much where I got my challengers, because I took a lot of time to craft those posts. So it seems silly to be like, oh, I just spent 10 minutes making a post. But when you're making a post this huge about your business, like creating your own business is huge. This is a big thing. You're proud of yourself. You're proud of how far you've come. You want to help people. This is how you're going to do it. You have to step out of your comfort zone, because that's what's going to take you further than, just kind of posting and saying, hey, look at my Shakeology. By the way, I'm a Beachbody coach. So you have to really dive into why, and people will be attracted to that. I feel like I was going to say something else about the post. Oh, little detail thing. Instead of writing like a huge paragraph, if you write like 2 or 3 sentences and then put a period in between, and it just, you see a lot of coaches, like we do that a lot, and it's just easier on the eye. Like when you see a really long paragraph, I never read that on Facebook, never. But if it's longer and you have the periods, you're like, oh, I can skim through it and people will read it. And then they look at the end and they say, oh, well, she just said if I'm interested to comment or message her. So then that's the interest right there. And that's why people are commenting or messaging you. And over time, people will more. Once they see what you're eating, you have to share what you're eating not every day, but when you try a new recipe, share that. That can be in your first post. You can use your little containers, do a workout picture. It doesn't have to be a before and after picture if you're not comfortable with that yet. But I really encourage you to do before and after pictures, because that's where I've gotten my people so far. They want quick stuff that works. And this is probably the quickest way to lose weight that I know about that's actually healthy. So, and I've told my challengers that when they're impatient, I've put that in my post about not being impatient. So you can there's so many ideas you can do for your all call post, your coming out as a coach post. So you just have to figure out what makes you. For me, it was those 30-minute workouts, not having enough time. For me, I have Crohn's disease. It was huge that I can eat clean and be able to do this, because I can't eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, so I didn't think that I could do this. So that's what I share, and people are like, if she can do this, I can do this. So if you just figure out what makes you, you, and you can talk to us. If you're struggling with that, ask questions like Liesel's been saying, because that's how you are going to do well. If you ask questions, and chances are, like we all keep saying, but it's so important, if you have the question, someone else will. I promise. But did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I just love how you're reminding us that this is really just sharing who you were before Beachbody and what it did for you, and then throwing out there that now you want to do the same for others, and you want to coach them, and you want to help them start their own journey and reach the success that you have. And it's just sharing your story. If you read Becky's post, and like Becky mentioned, it's a really cool idea. If you're not sure about how it sounds, or you want some advice on your post about your picture and your text and your story, post it in our group and we'll read it before you put it out there, before you share it with everybody. So awesome, Becky. Good job. And thanks for sharing your little story there. All right, ladies. So our call to action. Oh, I forgot my picture of our new tracker. Darn it. That's okay. Okay, so your call to action. I'm going to post those albums with the Coach Online Office pictures, and I'm going to make a little album right now. I have all the pictures ready. I'm just going to throw it up there. I'm going to put in the video links right in the comments of the photo album, like in the comment section. I'll post those in so you can do that this week. So that's step one of your call to action. And when you get in there in the video, it will show you how to get to your training in your back office. And then when it shows you that, I want you to do the getting started and training first. And then you can also even start with the new coach training in there. The coach, so there's 2 tabs you'll see. Getting started at the first and coach a second. And that video shows you those 2 things for sure. Also, I would encourage you, as we start this week, to write down a list of 30 people. I know it sounds like a lot, but write down that list of 30 people who you think you could potentially reach out to and talk to about your challenge groups coming up, and that you think could benefit from this opportunity. And 30 people sounds like a lot, but wait till you get a piece of paper and you start writing. You are going to have so many people on that list. It could be anybody, guys. It can be family members. It can be friends. It could be people that have been trying to, get healthy. It could be anybody, guys. These programs are literally for everyone and anyone. And try to think of people who you can work well with, too. That's really important, and who you could really help on your journey as you get started. So start your list. You can kind of, just write a few down. You might think of somebody else in a few hours, and you can write them down, and you can be adding to your list as you go. And if you're struggling to think of people in part of your life, there is this thing called a memory jogger. And if you click on our cover photo of our challenge group, there's a lot of really good resources there. And the memory jogger is one of them. And it helps you think of people you've gone to school with and work with, and just jog your memory on people that you already know who are already in your market. Okay, so cover photo, lots of really helpful resources there. Also in your cover photo is a link to this first week as a coach checklist, okay? So this is your first official week as a coach. So you are able to use that checklist then, and it's gonna be like things like get your direct deposit set up, go follow some coaches on Facebook, go through and navigate your coach office, check out this video on how to do that. Like really simple steps of just the things that are kind of in this call to action and to help you do and get started with this week. A lot of them are really, really, really simple, but make sure you work through them. They're very, very important too. Okay? So that is your call to action. That's our game plan for week 1. And I am done sharing my PowerPoint. Does anybody have questions for us before we hop off tonight? This is your turn.
Add something really quick.
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to clear something, to clear up that the girls know that their first challenge group that kicks off on the 26th will be run with fellow coaches. I think that a few people were like, oh my gosh, am I filling a challenge group full of 15 people? No. So if I spoke to some of my girls that I will be working with them and my 3 new coaches in a group. So you'll always have a coach that is a veteran coach with you to guide you for many, 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 many challenge groups to follow. The second thing is, as you guys are having conversations, and I know some of you are to the point where you are going to set them up with a challenge pack, I'm going to add the challenge pack breakdowns into the group so that you guys have those details as you're speaking with people. And also make sure you're talking to us about setting them up with your first link. Make sure you know that you're doing it right, because you don't want to have to try to fix a mistake. I mean, we can fix mistakes, but talk to us, communicate with us as you start to sign people up for the first time, so that we make sure you get them set up correctly. So
Exactly.
yeah,
That
those
is
are just the two things I wanted to point
signing
out.
up your first challenger is a absolute moment that we do want you to message us right away. We want you to be like, okay, my challenger's ready. How do I make my link? Like, what link do I send them? Because you want to set them up as that discount coach to, push to Emerald. You want to make sure that you have it all squared away and correct. Like Lindsay said, it's much better to do it right the first time and have to go through coach relations and get it all changed, because that just takes way too much time.
Yeah, so just pump the brakes. I know you're excited, but just make sure we have you guys set up correctly before you do it.
That's a really good reminder. Thanks, Lindsay. Any other questions? The floor is yours, Fairly. No? Are you sure? All right. Well, I'm not going to hold anybody up. It's getting late. It's almost 9. So we've been on here for a long time. Remember, if you think of a question after the call, throw it up in our group so everybody can see, because we've all been here together tonight, and maybe that's a question that came up for somebody else too. All right. So ladies, let's keep making this an awesome training group. You guys are amazing. Like I told you when we kicked off tonight, and I cannot wait to see you guys soar this week and beyond just as you get started coaching, because you are all absolutely incredible, and I'm just so excited. You have no idea. So have a wonderful night, guys, and I will talk to you all soon, okay? Bye. And I will post a recording of this call too, in case you wanted to go back to it and reference anything that we went over, okay? All right, bye, ladies.